Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And I don't want to say morning, I don't want to say evening, so because of it's night, yeah, right? So let's go to our videos, right? Why we have to do this video? Okay, for me, nowadays is digital, right? And a long time ago we don't have any video, but now it's compulsory. Okay, and actually it's good for students because when you are in the classroom, okay, sometimes you cannot concentrate on what the lecturer say. So in the YouTube, okay, when I upload in YouTube, you can see whatever you want. You want to see chapters one, you want to see the course information only, or you want to go through what else. Sometimes I will give some videos about the current issue, so you can see with your times, right? Okay, all right. So this is course information about the topic of ECO 261. Actually, it's a Malaysian economy, and of course, it's diploma. And as we know that 2 hours is a face-to-face and 1 hours is online. Actually, online is not only we have to Zoom, okay, and sometimes we can do watch on YouTube or any that can see online. And of course we have to cover the topic. All right, just ignore the resource person. Okay, all right. So sometimes the student just ignore this course information and they think that this is not important and they just go through it the chapter by chapter. Okay, but you are wrong. Okay, this course outcome is course information. Actually is about information of what the subject that you are going to learn, right? And if you talk about the Malaysian economy, what? Because Malaysian economy is a big scope, it's a large scope if you want to talk about the Malaysian economy. So what is the track, or we have to make sure that the student on track. Okay, what we are trying to asking them in test them in tests, right, or quiz, right, based on this course learning outcome. Okay, at the end of this course, students should be able to, the first one is describe the backgrounds and performance of Malaysian economy in various economic sectors. For your information, in Malaysia, we have 3 economic sectors. We have the primary, we have the secondary, and we have the tertiary sectors. And 3 of these sectors, they play a main role to contribute or give some contribution to make sure that the economy was growth, to make sure that the economy was developed. Okay, all right. So we try to describe the backgrounds and the performance by data, of course, the current data. Okay, and we try to demonstrate the information management and retrieve through the case study. I give you some case study. What is a case study, madam? Case study actually is an article, okay, from the News Straits Time, or alright, from the Utusan or whatever, from the Berita Harian or whatever, as long as it's a news. Okay, some case study. Okay, so this case study is an article that you have to analyze. Okay, what is the article is about? Okay, what is the advantage, what is the problem, what is the challenging, and how the measurement to discuss about the study that you try to analysis. And then we try to demonstrate the communication skill oral related to Malaysian economy issue. So this is, okay, you have to provide us some videos, okay, that you do in your group presentation. Okay, so before this you have to present in class. No, I'm not that types. Okay, you have to do a video, you have to use the technology, whatever technology that you have to use, and you have to make sure that your video, all right, when everybody see, we got some information there and we interest to learn about what you are trying to talk or present. Okay, all right, from that we demonstrate the teamwork thing. All right, okay, so some summaries or descriptions about the course. We discuss the situation and performance of Malaysian economy. Alright, so we have to discuss since independence, including the developments of every economic sector, the structural change of the economy, yes, from the agriculture, nowadays is digital economy, and what is the socio-economic problem that happened, and what is the issue, and how to settle it, what tools, alright, and we focus on the importance and impact of the foreign sectors, and what is the globalizations on Malaysian economy. Okay, so this is the syllabus content. The first chapter that you have to cover is, the first one is the backgrounds and introduction to Malaysian economy. When we talk about the Malaysian economy, alright, so we have to know what is the economic growth of Malaysia and what is the economic development. Okay, economic growth actually, and of course, when we say about the economic growth, okay, it's a refer to the all the income, okay, in this country, or all the output that in this country. Okay, from that we can see whether the growth of economy for Malaysia was growth or not. Okay, and from this growth, whether the economic development for Malaysia developed or not. Okay, and actually for every country, of course Malaysia, we try to achieve the high income country. Okay, and whether we are in that track to achieve that goal, or we are far away from that goal. Okay, we can see that. All right, next is the performance of Malaysian economy. Okay, we try to see all these sectors, whether they have performed or not, or maybe this is now digital economy, everything was online, and maybe the performance, when we have the technology, all right, it's quite interesting to see the performance of Malaysian economy before, right? And then we see when the crisis happened, when the COVID-19 happened, so what happened to the performance of Malaysian economy? Is it flat, or, okay, we will discuss later. All right, next is the structural change of Malaysian economy. Not only Malaysian economy would the structure would change, but also the others country. When you try to, from you underdeveloped to developing countries, right, and then you try to achieve the developed countries like Singapore, US, China, Indian countries, okay, all of these countries, Korea, Japan, okay, that is a developed country. So how you're going to achieve that? Okay, so what's your plan? It's mean that country planning. Okay, and then from that we have to discuss what is the factors that contribute to economic growth. Okay, example, financial development is one of that contribute to the developments or the growth, the economic growth, okay, to be fostered. All right, why? Because this financial development actually is the heart of economy. All right, okay. Another factors is inflation also influence the growth. Okay, we will discuss later what other factors that contribute to the growth. All right, next is the backgrounds of the Malaysian economic development. It's quite interesting to discuss about the development, and we have to overview a few economic development policy. What is the policy that the government do? All right, so short term, medium terms, long term policies, NEP, NDP, NVP, and NEM. All right, and others policy that we will discuss. It could keep on updating, and now it's a 2022. All right, so next is chapter 3. We discuss about the socio-economic issue. This is very interesting to discuss. Okay, the first one is a poverty. So before we go further discussions about the poverty, we have to know what is the definition of poverty actually. Poverty, why? Every country was concerned about this poverty. Poverty actually is a big problem. And we have to, concern, and this, we try to overview about the poverty. Every country try to alleviate this poverty, but it's impossible. Okay, so we try to reduce the rate. Actually, poverty is about the how you try to reduce the gap between the rich and poor people in your country. Okay, we are not talking about the others country, not gap between the rich country or poor country, no, but we focus on the Malaysian economy. We try the gap between the people in our country, which is rich people and poor people. So if we are focused on Malaysia, actually our income was divided by three. We have P40, we have M40, and we have T20. And now, because of the COVID-19 happened, okay, and of course, we are in the stagflation, and the economic growth was slow. So the government tried to help this B40 and M40. Okay, try to make sure that before the M40 B to B40. Okay, and B40, and finally they go to this track. Okay, and so the government have to, you know, develop some policy, some help, maybe subsidy or anything. All right. And then what about the education and the human capital, and what is important, what is the problems in the human capital development policy, local foreign labor, and what is the contribution to our country, and what is the problem that occur when this foreign labor, okay, come into the Malaysia's working area. So next is about the primary sector. Primary sector actually is the main sectors that contribute in the economy. All right. Okay, what is the contributions? Because we keep on changing. And what is the problem that happened? What is the challenges and developments of primary sector? What is in primary sector? And what is the pieces in the primary sectors? And we try to overviews of agriculture policies. Old agriculture versus the new agricultures. More technologies. And now more technologies in the techniques of agriculture. So we will discuss on it. Okay, next is secondary sectors. Secondary sectors, of course. Okay, we discuss on the contributions, problems and challenge, developments of secondary sectors, pieces of industrial sectors, that is agriculture in the primary sectors, industrial is the secondary sectors, and what is about the industrialization, deindustrialization, industrial revolution 4.0, okay, and overview some challenging overview and industrial master plan. And of course, we have to cover about the tertiary sectors. What is the tertiary sectors? Tertiary sectors is about the public service, more on services, public sectors. Okay, what is the backgrounds? What is the public sectors? Trend of government budget, whether it's surplus, deficits. Okay, public finance reform, private sectors, tourism sectors, contribution and importance, and what happened to the tourism sectors when the COVID-19 happened. All right, is it flat? Okay. Okay, what is the condition nowadays? And we have to know what is the strategies and activities. What about the banking and finance? Nowadays it's digital, everything was online. So what happened to our banking and finance? Okay, what is the contribution and what is important? Why this banking was very, very important? Why this finance was very, very important? Because this banking and finance actually provide a loan and provide some source to, okay, from the surplus unit, all right, to the leakage unit, all right. So they give some saving there, and they allocate these resources to the most profitable investment. Okay, this is what the rules of banking and finance and their contribution, and what happened to the evolutions of the Malaysian financial sectors. Okay, all right. And the last one that we have to cover is about the foreign sectors. What is the contribution? And we have to know what is the foreign sectors first. And maybe you don't understand what is the foreign sectors. What is examples of foreign sectors? And what is the contribution? And when this globalization happened, we open our economy to other countries. So what happened? What is the impact? Is it positive? Is it negative? And we try to overview of the Malaysian trade balance. What is the trade balance? We will discuss about the export and import. Who's our exporter? Who's our importers? And why? When there is a war between the Ukraine and Russia, it's impact to us also, and it's impact to others country. Why? Okay, and last time when there is a trade war between China and US, why we are impact? And if you see, our exporter and importer, the main is China and US. and also others country also contribute. So that's why when we open our economy, we are actually was also influenced by others macroeconomic problems or external factors, which is all of this country happen. Okay, and the last part, this is very, very important. Nowadays, our currency's value was in terms of problems, and we try to understand how this exchange rate happened, what about our currency and others currency, we try to overview. Okay, and for your information, you don't have any final exam for this chapter, and we focus on the assessment. Okay, we have tests, we have presentation, okay, we have individual presentation, we have group presentation, and of course there is a written report. Okay, all right, so final assessment, no final exam. Okay, no final exam, we focus on only the continuous assessment. So this is your recommended text, huh? It's a Teh Hu Chu, Asfar Hilmi Baharudin, Hanani Ahmad Fuad, Malaysian Economic Unlocking Rural Sustaining Equity 1, Oxford University Press. Maybe you can get the new version one. And also others references, Ku Azam Tuan Lonik, Malaysian Economic Growth and Transformation. And also you can do a Habibah Leha, also good. Raja Rasya, also good. And the last one, I think it's a very good and famous from UKM. It's a Chamsuri Siwa, talking about the economic Malaysia. Okay, and others references, I will give you a chapter by slide. So this is very, very important. Slide is very important. You can refer that, and I can upload it in the Google Classroom. Okay, okay, that's all in the course information for ECO 261. Thank you and have a good day. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.